Welcome to day 33 of Feast for the Soul. My name is Suzi von Mensenkampff and I'm coming to you from Ireland. Very passionate about being a participant and a guide on the Feast for the Soul this year. Hope you enjoy this practice. We've been just reflecting on all of the gifts that we've received from the Feast for the Soul so far. And the chat was filled with amazing qualities that everybody has felt. The overarching one has definitely been peace and the sense of community but lots of other stuff in between that. So we wanted to start today's practice with eyes wide open. Like, this is what it takes to come into meditation, you know. You have to find the time. You have to find somewhere to sit. You have to find your sangha. You have to find the technology, the link to get in here in the first place. And so it's effort. It's effort for everybody to be here. So with our eyes wide open, let's really acknowledge that effort. Really acknowledge yourself for saying yes. Because to me, that's the first, most beautiful, radical act of self-care that we can all give ourselves by saying, yes, I'm going to practice meditation today. Doesn't mean we're all going to be perfect or it's going to be the best one ever. But just, I want you to feel where you are, and we'll begin where every single person is today. So now that we've kind of found our position, we're going to sit comfortably because comfort is king, queen, or whatever way you want to say that. And once you're comfortable, just notice all of the visual input around your environment that you're in. You know, if it's day or daylight or artificial light, if it's warm, if it's cooler in the room that you're in, if there are sounds around you, maybe the colour of the walls, what's on your desk, any other sort of visual things that are hanging around now. And then we'll all do it together. We're going to consciously draw ourselves in. So we're taking our awareness from this external environment and we're drawing that awareness inward. And one of the best reasons to close your eyes is just to reduce that input. Now, if it's not safe for you to close your eyes or you don't feel comfortable, cap them, soften the gaze so that you're not distracted by visual sensations or senses. Once you've softly closed your eyes, I want you just to feel what's happening now. So you've disconnected from what your eyes would normally see around you. And I want you just to imagine that you're leaning back into this darkness that is maybe the space behind your eyes. I would love you to feel the space behind your eyes like a soft cushion. It's a place where you can really relax your body, relax your mind, and start to soften everything. So if you're feeling a bit stressed or emotional, just give yourself permission now just to lean back into the quiet space within yourself. What we'll do next is we'll draw in our breath. We'll take a long, slow, deep breath in, through the nose ideally. And then as you get to the top of that breath, short pause at the top of it, and then really pay attention as you breathe out. Again, out through the nose if that's good for you. And see if you can lengthen the exhale. So we'll do it one more time, breathing in through the nose. Follow the movement of the breath in. Pause at the top of the inhale. And then follow the breath all the way out. It's just a very gentle attention on the breath. Allow your breath to return to its natural state now and just notice where it's moving. Do you notice a expansion in your chest, your rib cage? Do you notice a subtle expansion in your belly perhaps? And again, just notice that all of this is awareness on the internal, that movement of the breath inside. So it's not necessarily visual, it's more of a sensation of the breath. And then you can go to what you can hear. So again, noticing the sound of each breath as you breathe naturally now. And the breath will start to regulate naturally without trying too hard anyway. So we'll just allow the breaths to deepen of their own accord. And it might just slow down a little bit too. But what we're paying attention to now is the sound of each breath. And that can be a really powerful anchor throughout the practice. If you get a bit distracted or lost in a thought or sound or sensation, just come back each time to the sound of your breath. I find it really brings my awareness back inward. And now notice how you're holding your physical body. If you are holding any other tension in your physical body, by now your hands are probably resting lightly in your lap. Your feet are uncrossed. Feel the support of your chair, of your seat. Your body might feel a little heavier. And if you do notice any other tension, have a faint intention now just to soften into the practice. Really letting go any tension, tightness. You can gradually scan from the top of your head through to the extremities, to your hands and your feet. Now today I'm going to add in a couple of questions, a short self-inquiry practice. So now that our attention has really anchored inward, allow it to rest around the area of your chest, your heart. So these questions, this inquiry, we're going to place the questions without looking for a particular answer. We're just going to direct the questions to our heart, towards that center of love and compassion. So the first question is, who am I? Silently ask it now, keeping attention on the heart. Who am I? Don't worry about the answer, just ask again, who am I? And then letting that question dissolve, fading out. The second question is, what do I want? Or maybe, what do I need right now? What do I want, or what do I need right now? Again, pose the question without looking for the answer. planted in the heart. What do I need right now? And then let that question go, and we'll bring in the third one. What is my purpose? Or maybe you could frame it like, how can I help and serve? Or what's my purpose? How can I help? How can I serve? Plant that now as a question in the heart. How can I help? How can I serve? Not just myself, but myself and others. And then letting that part go, that third question, we'll go to the fourth and final question. What am I grateful for? What am I grateful for? Plant it silently. When that question, the last question, is finally planted in your heart, we're going to stay with that feeling now that comes up when we consider what we're grateful for. Allow now any impressions or ideas around the people or the experiences, the privileges that we all have, that we might take for granted sometimes. What am I grateful for? And allow the gratitude to start to bubble up in your heart. It might bubble up in terms of loved ones that you share your life with. Maybe it's something that brings a lot of comfort to your life or peace. People that share their love with you, or that you get to share your love with them. And then anything else that you just feel truly grateful for, right here, right now. It doesn't have to be the concise full list, but just whatever arises right now. What am I grateful for? And without getting too caught up in the practice of gratitude, just really feeling how gratitude makes you feel on the inside. How gratitude opens your heart. And then we'll move on from the inquiry into those soul questions, and we'll just keep a gentle attention now in that beautiful, quiet, peaceful place in your heart. And let's feel some of the qualities that we know everybody benefits from the practice. Feel the benefit of the quality of peace. How does peace feel today? Peace in your body, peace in your mind. And just allow the quality of peace now to imbue your whole being. Imagine where you're sitting, you're radiating with peace. And this collective is filling up our container with peace. Whenever your mind wanders, just come back to the feeling or the quality of peace in your heart. There's a real settling with peace. Feel how relaxed your body is when it's at peace. Allowing our minds to become more peaceful by quieting the mind. And now that we've really conjured up the feeling of peace in our hearts, in our minds, in our bodies, with peace, let's imagine that we're sending this peace out into the world. Wherever peace is needed a bit more peace, we are filling it up. We're filling our collective container, and it's overflowing now with the qualities of peace. And with our intention, we're sending it wherever it's needed. Now, if you have something personal, like a situation or something that's personal to you that you want to send peace to, you can direct it there. Or else just trust that the flow of peace will go wherever it's needed. So we want to maintain the quality of peace. So we're just going to keep coming back to the heart. The quality, the feeling of peace in our hearts, and the flow of peace as it flows effortlessly now through us to wherever it's needed, out into the world, wrapping the world in peace. If you want to visualize the planet or the earth in front of you, you could make it small and just imagine this two-way exchange of energy. You're sending peace from your heart out into the world, and it comes back around, right back to you. Just maintain this beautiful flow of giving and receiving peace. Really feel this peace of mind now being part of who you truly are, having this sense of stillness, the sense of peace within yourself, this cohesion, and this massive capacity to send it out from your heart into the world. And then let go that part of the practice and bring all of your attention and awareness back to yourself, back to your heart. And we're just going to rest here for another few moments in our stillness, in our silence, trusting that the quieter we become, the more we can hear. It's a very gentle attention in your heart. Don't try too hard. Just have a gentle amount of presence resting here. Really rest and bask in stillness. Connect with your silence. There's nowhere to go. There is nothing to do now. Simply rest in being. Rest in your own peace, your stillness. Now that we've really cultivated this quality of peace within ourselves, and we've effortlessly sent it out to the world wherever it's needed, then we've received it, we've had it returned to us. Take a few more moments just to really bask in this sense of peace, this quality that we all identify with here. It's an ease. It's effortless. And we'll gradually become aware of the soles of your feet again. We're going to just bask in this peacefulness. And we're going to integrate and embody it now through our body at our soles of our feet. We'll do this body scan and then the top of your feet. Move gently from your ankles up both legs to your knees. Really standing in your own peace here, up the legs to the thighs, all the way up to your hips. Really imagine you've a solid foundation for peace. Gently move your awareness up the back of your body and then the front, across your shoulders. Feel that peace imbue your hands, your fingers, all the way down both arms. See the peace as a strength. It's a really powerful quality. Feel it again in your heart. And then as we take a breath in, we'll breathe in through the nose, filling up your belly. And then as you exhale, just see if you can notice the breath moving back up your throat, out through your nose, just starting to bring a little bit of feeling of aliveness in your nose, in your breath, subtle movement here. And then feel the peace in your jaw, your cheeks, your mouth, your lips, your teeth, your ears, the back of your head, your forehead. And we'll take one more breath. So we are fully integrating the benefit of the practice today. The benefit of the practice is peace, stillness, and gratitude. So we'll affirm it now. We'll affirm, I am peaceful. And I am grateful. And then if there are any other qualities that you really feel like you are benefiting from right now, just affirm it in by saying, I am, and whatever other quality there is. And then when you're ready, take a bow to yourself. We'll start to release the whole practice. So we'll become much more aware of the physical environment again. We'll become aware of the sounds. We'll become aware of the sensation of moving fingers and toes. But ultimately, we're going to become so aware of the peace that we're able to carry within our hearts, regardless of what's going on. So you've cultivated it not just for yourself, but for everybody in our container and beyond. So thank you. Namaste to everybody on the practice today. Thank you so much for joining us on the feast and for joining me. I really, really feel the benefit of the practice. Whatever else you need to do to gently come out, you can always move your hands like this. If you feel a little bit kind of like you need to bring a bit more aliveness back into yourself, do that. But just if you need a hug or you just need a few more minutes, take all the time that you need to come out. Finally, make sure your feet are grounded on the ground, on the floor. You can tap your feet, wiggle your toes. I want to just make sure always that you're fully grounded in your being, in this beautiful foundation of peace with gratitude. That's it for me. I'm going to stop the recording. I hope you enjoyed the practice. Keep coming back. It works.